So welcome back to the channel, and we're back on this BMW. This is a 2013 BMW M6 X6, the M version, and I've done a little bit of work on it. I'm not a BMW guy, but I've learned really quick that these cars are not easy or cheap to work on. And in two previous videos, we did a rough and dirty diagnosis of the rear airbag suspension, and in doing the diagnosis, we found out two things. Number one, the driver's side airbag was bad. And number two, the customer actually created an issue which led to a misdiagnosis. There are two videos on that, and you could definitely check that out. And after that, customer reached out and said, hey, my windshield reservoir is leaking. Can you change the pump? I think it's a gasket or a grommet that's leaking. And we dove into that. There's a dedicated video on that, so you can kind of see what the solution was and what actually happened with that. But in this video, the customer has asked me, hey, I want to keep this car for a little bit longer. I love the car. Is it worth keeping? And in this video, I'm going to go over everything that's wrong with this car, rough estimates of the prices of what it's going to cost to fix as far as parts and labor, and is this car worth saving? So let's dive in. So first things first, let's start with the quick and easy. In the first video of this car, or second video actually, we went ahead and we replaced the driver's rear airbag suspension. That is $200. And then plus with my labor, it roughly came out to about what, $260, $300. I don't remember what I charged for it. Pretty cheap, I will say that, because mostly these are friends, so you're trying to help them out the best you can. But $200 for it, and we only changed the driver's side one. Now the next one, the passenger side. Now, it's been 2 months since after the repair, and the passenger side appeared to be holding up well, but as the temperature is getting colder, I went and picked up the car this morning, and the passenger side was lower than the driver's side, which means it needs a passenger side airbag, which is probably going to be another $300 on that. Not terrible if you know somebody that can do it for you, but if you take it to the dealer, I think they charge about $800 or $1,200 for both of them. Pretty expensive, so that's already one thing we need. Now, the customer did point out that the brakes are making some weird noises. The fronts look relatively good, and I'll show you that in just a sec, but taking a look at the rears, they got a heck of a lip on them, and the rear pads, I don't know how well you can see it. Can I get you in there? They're a little bit thin, so more than likely this is going to need at least rear pads. But the front ones are actually pretty good. I think they got them done a year or two ago. No lip. Well, yeah, there's actually a lip on this one, so I think they just pad slapped it, because I actually saw a box for new pads in the back. But pads look actually pretty decent. These rotors do have like a bit of a groove, and it does have a lip on it, so oh yeah, the back is worse, so it's probably sticking. So now we're looking at a new set of front rotors. These are not cheap. I'll post the price on the screen. So we're looking at brand new rotors, and then at that point you might as well slap in a new set of pads. So brake pads, front and rear, I'll post on the screen, and let's move on to the next one. Now, the fortunate thing is, I actually checked it and had it up in the air. The suspension is actually in pretty decent shape. We have no play in the ball joints. I've checked both the driver's side and the passenger side, and everything looks good. End links look good. The bushings are actually not broken, which is surprising, because typically these things are just junk. So the suspension is actually in pretty good shape. No play. Tie rod feels really good. I wiggled the wheel back and forth, so we don't need a suspension as far as the front. The rear, I was under there when I took a look at the rear airbags, and the rear is actually in pretty good shape too. So that's a plus, because suspension work is expensive, but the car does need an alignment. I think they took it to a shop. The shop changed whatever they had to change, and they do an alignment. So $200 for an alignment. I mean, that's normal. Not too much of a big deal. Now for the engine, yeah, this is where it's gonna get expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up, and you can actually hear one of the big issues. So as you can hear, we got a nasty whine. I went ahead and used the stethoscope. It is the power steering pump. The power steering pump is bad on this. It's not leaking because it has plenty of fluid. Probably can't see it. But yeah, it needs a power steering pump. I was looking at FCP Euro's website. $1,200 for that pump. $1,200. Not to mention labor costs. And if you look at this car, there is like no room to really work on it. I don't know. I haven't dove into it. It might be easy, but folks, we're going to talk about it in just a sec. There's a lot of other things that once you start this job, other things can and will break. It gets expensive, and yeah, $1,200 for that. That is a job I am not willing to do, and I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. But now we're looking at $1,200 for a pump, $200 for an alignment. I mean, I'm sure you're probably going to spend at least $1,000 on the brakes. So what? Already $2,500. That's pretty hefty, but we're not done. So this car, it's not her first rodeo. She's been touched. This hose, which I'm pretty sure is probably PCV, it is very spongy. It's ready to go. We'd have to replace this hose. For some reason, there's a clamp here, a clamp here, a clamp there, and there's 4 clamps on this, which I have no idea why they did it. We messed with that. We're gonna have to replace that, and I'm sure it's a specialty hose, but it gets even better. Yep, we got a coolant leak right over here. This hose is ready to go. This hose is just about broken, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like this thing is leaking coolant. It's been leaking like that for a while. Leaks right over there, and this is what's pretty interesting about this BMW. I mean, I know this on the old Fords, but check this out. There's a chain here. There's a chain there. I'm pretty sure that's not factory from BMW. So yeah. And looks like this hose, what the heck? Yep, these hose just broke. That's great. What is that? EVAP. So now we have the EVAP codes. That is fantastic. Great design. I'll see if I have a hose that we can just kind of put from here to here to kind of help the customer out and just fix this. But if we're going to fix this right, we got to figure out what is broken over here with these chains and get what's broken, which that could be expensive. All new hoses. I mean, this could add up real quick between all these EVAP hoses, coolant hoses, PCV hoses. Maybe $200-300, and these are specialty formed hoses. Maybe we could get away with some aftermarket junk, but that's going to add up quick, and that's probably going to put us close to $3,000. But also, yeah, we need some coolant. So I'll top that off for the customer, kind of help them out a little bit on that. But yeah, that is that. But yeah, that's what we're needing just for that. Now, I don't know how well it comes off on camera. We're leaking oil, probably from the high pressure fuel pump, maybe. Down there it is oily, valve covers are leaking, and pretty much you have to remove a lot to get to them. So that doesn't look simple. So now we have valve covers. Yeah, valve covers, EVAP, maybe another $100 for valve covers. So that's just up here. Now let's get underneath and show you more expensive repairs. If you look right over here, let's see, can I get you a good shot? Can we? It's kind of hard to see, but first off, I guess we'll start over here. Yeah, that's leaking, probably from the valve cover. That's the power steering pump, and as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in the way to get to that power steering pump, so that's definitely not cool. So it's probably leaking from the power steering pump, which means we might need O-rings. We might have bad hoses. It's also leaking from the valve cover, so that's pouring down. There's a whole bunch of oil over here, which if you can see it, maybe not. The oil pan is definitely leaking, so we'd have to reseal the oil pan. So that's cool. Back over here, just all oily and everything, probably from the oil pan. Yeah. So oil pan, valve covers, and I'm sure the labor is not simple or cheap on that. So moving on to the transmission, we do have a transmission leak. It might be, no, the pan is leaking. Yeah, the pan is leaking. I can see it seeping from the sides over there. So have to reseal the transmission. Whatever this is, that might just be engine oil from what's leaking, but no, it could be from the pan. But either way, more leaks. Definitely the transmission pan is leaking. And I think when you change that, the filter is built into the pan. So if it's like the Dodge one, those pans are about $200-300. Plus the fluid is not cheap on that. So you're probably looking about $400 to $500 just to do that. See if we can take a look. Like I said, I was back here when I did the rear airbag suspension. Differential is dry. Everything looks good there. No play in the rear. So yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to get this thing ready to drive, to get this thing reliable. But here's the other thing. We're taking a look at the stuff that's obviously broken, but we don't know the condition of the water pump. Could need a water pump. Maybe need spark plugs. That adds up to belts, pulleys, fluids. So, I mean, we're probably going to be looking at maybe at least $4,000 to $5,000 in mostly parts just to get this thing like working. Plus, if I was to charge, I don't know what I would charge for to do all this. I know I would charge nothing because I'm not going to do it, but let's say I was to charge $1,000 or $2,000 to do all this work, and I'm just throwing numbers out there. Yeah, $6,000 for a car. And a side note, this transmission was replaced 2 years ago. And from what the customer told me the other day while driving, the transmission was acting funny. Could be low on fluid. I know the warranty is out on it already, so not much they can do there. And the other thing is, from what I understand, these rod bearings are like a wear and tear items, and you have to pretty much do the rod bearings with the Vano system. That creates a whole issue in itself. That alone, from what I gather, is like a $5,000 to $6,000 job if the dealership does it, maybe more. And that's definitely not a job that I'll be able to do in a garage. So as far as I'm concerned, this ain't looking too good. Is it worth fixing? No. Hear me out. Number one, it needs a lot of work. Parts are expensive for this vehicle. Yes, it's paid off. Yes, it is paid off. But probably with what I have found, they're looking maybe about $10,000 to $15,000. Primarily, we don't know the condition of the rod bearings. That is a thing with these cars. Plus, once you dive in there, what else are you going to find? Turbos? Are we going to need turbos, blow-off valves, or whatever this thing might have? Water pump? That stuff adds up really quick. Not to mention that the customer did ask me about, why is my transmission acting a little funny? Could be that leak. I don't know. And what sucks about these cars is that they don't make it where it's easy to work on. You can't get into anything. We don't have a dipstick that I could find for this transmission. So I'd have to look up a service procedure. Some of these cars, you have to go into a special mode. I don't know. So I'm not going to gamble trying to add fluid to it and make the issue worse. Then looking at the car, the clear coat's fading. So that's going to have to be addressed. There were signs that it was an accident because some of the body panels don't line up quite right and the paint is a little off. So this thing needs a lot of work. Parts are not cheap. Labor is not easy. You got to have the right tools. It becomes a money pit real quick. The repair for this could estimate anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000, just depending on who's doing it, what it needs, what they find, And then here's the real question is what it's worth. I think these cars in good working condition or in decent condition go about 10 to 15,000. I don't know. I'm not a BMW guy. I do know that the M series are more desirable. They do cost more money. Maybe that might make it worth it. You guys can let me know in the comments, but my recommendation to the customer at this point, okay, maybe you find somebody that gives you a good deal and they do the whole job and everything for $10,000. How much longer is it gonna last before you run into these issues again or find something else more expensive? And is it really worth it? So I'm gonna write all this stuff up. I'm gonna send it to the customer, give them my recommendations, tell them to ship it, get something else that is a lot cheaper, easy to work on, more affordable, like a Toyota. Love Toyotas. I'm a DIYer. I love working on cars. I love tinkering. I like to learn, but in the case of this is definitely a gamble that if I dive into it, I could get stuck with this. I could break something that I'm responsible for, and I really don't want to mess with it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll post links to the other videos. Let me know in the comments, is this car worth saving? I'm going to ship it out, and then I'm going to find something else to work on. My Chevy Silverado got an intake manifold leak and a NOx sensors issue, so we're going to dive into something simple, cheap, and classy. Thanks for watching.